On today's show, we talk about relationships and how to talk to kids about hard things. One of these calls in particular, a woman calls and asks, "Can I still be dating a guy who lives with his ex-girlfriend?" Oh, gosh. Stay tuned. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is John with the Dr. John Delony Show. Man, Happy New Year. Happy February. Happy whatever, I don't know, happy marriage, life, work, good stuff. Is that right, Ben?
That's right.
That's so affirming, man. Thanks, dude. Hey, I hope you're doing well. Over the last few weeks, in ways I didn't expect, just want everybody to know, we sold out of these things 1, 2, 3 times, and now this is the 4th time. The conversation cards. We have them back in stock. If one of your New Year's resolutions was to connect more with your kids, to have different kinds of dates with your spouse or somebody you're dating, or to be more intentional about being in touch with your grandparents, whatever, dude, these cards, I'm all over the planet Earth. People are sending me pictures of how these things interacted with them. Kelly, you were telling me about something that you got the other day. What was this?
Yeah, we got a really cool email from a listener who said that she bought the ones, I guess, for the couples. And they did them one night and everything was great. And she found out something she didn't know, which was what was his favorite cereal as a child.
So, what was your favorite childhood cereal and why? Yeah.
And so the next time she went to the store, she bought some of that cereal. And then she came home and she sent us a picture and told us how excited he was that they just sat at the table and ate Cinnamon Toast Crunch together and how it was awesome.
Early morning, bow, chicka, wah, wah. See,
she left that part out, luckily.
Yeah, maybe not. But it all starts with Cinnamon Toast Crunch or whatever it is. What was your cereal growing up?
Fruity Pebbles.
What was yours, Ben?
I think Trix.
Trix?
Yeah.
Gosh, I was so lame.
Good for kids.
Mine was like Cracklin' Oat Bran or something. Or, yeah, that's disgusting, actually. Maybe that explains a lot of my digestive issues this many years later. But, dude, I love me some Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I love old cereals. That's awesome. Well, hey, you can go to johndelony.com and get these cards. They're not expensive, man. And really, some of them are cheesy, some of them are deep, some of them are lame, some of them are funny. But just good ways. You know, my wife was talking about how it gives everybody an opportunity to take turns. And sometimes when you get people together, whether it's one domineering partner in a dating relationship or you're out with a few people at dinner and there's just that one idiot, it's usually me, that just won't shut up, keeps talking. And these are a good way to teach everybody to take turns around a table, which is awesome. Anyway, check them out. Let's go to Elizabeth and Michael in Twin Cities, Minnesota. What's up, guys?
Hello.
What's happening?
Well, it's finally above zero.
I was going to say, how cold is it there? 1. Is it so cold?
No, it's more like 4 today.
4 degrees. That's unconscionable. It has been negative for a while?
Yeah.
As a kid who grew up in Texas, that just seems like, I know there, the whole story about hell is it's hot. That I can't imagine living in a place where it was negative. That seems like hell to me. Is it not?
You get used to it.
I guess just kind of get used to it. It's a dry cold, or I don't know, whatever they say, right? Golly. All right, so what's up with you two? How can I help?
Well, we've just recently started dating, and we're in a space where I have kids from a prior marriage, 2 young kids, 5 and 9, and she does not. So we're coming into this from different places, right? For me, the kids and what's best for them is super important.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like when we talk about this, we're both a little clueless on how to proceed. I feel like my kids have had enough trauma in their lives from the separation with their mom. And I want to do what's best for them, but I don't really know how to navigate that.
Yeah.
And and I'll let you speak for yourself. I know that you're coming from your own space.
Yeah, I'd love to hear your side of this, Elizabeth.
So we've been dating for a while.
How long is a while?
About 5 months now.
Okay.
And like him, I'm clueless. Really want to do things the right way and set kind of, have a relationship that can be a model for a healthy adult relationship. But don't know what that looks like or where to start. And I don't have kids, so
Gotcha.
Dogs and cats are much easier.
Dude, somebody bought me a mug. Brad bought me a mug and just says cat dad on it. It's incredible. Not a thing, Elizabeth, not a thing. So first I want to applaud both of you for wanting to do this thing right on behalf of these two little ones. Most times I'm talking to folks, there's a selfishness there that they just need to figure out themselves because I got to be me and blah, blah, blah. And you two sound like you are really thoughtful human beings. And so I want to applaud you for that. That's awesome. Okay, so we can get into this a little bit, but I'm going to ask some awkward questions that y'all may not be ready to answer in front of a couple million people. Is that cool?
That's fine.
And so y'all, the two of you, I'll frame these questions as things you can answer now or later. And you can just feel free to say later. And y'all can talk about this on your own. Is that cool?
Okay.
All right. So, Michael, you mentioned that their kids were traumatized by previous mom. Does previous mom believe this? Would she be telling me, if she called my show, would she be telling me that their dad's nuts and whatever? Or is there some clear, challenges with mom?
There's some clear challenges with mom. She has diagnosed mental health issues to a certain extent.
Okay.
So
Do the kids have contact with her?
they do. I mean, I don't want her to sound like an absolutely crazy person. She's not, but she does have some mental health challenges.
Sure.
But she also wants the best for the kids. But let's just say it ended up with a lot of trauma that was inflicted on the kids.
Sure. There you go. And then how long have you been separated from her?
2.5, almost 3 years now.
Okay. So 3 years. Has she started dating again?
No.
Do you two, have y'all talked about this? Have y'all had this conversation? Here's how we're going to approach this if one of us starts dating. Or here's how we're going to decide who else is around our kids. Have y'all had that conversation, or is that a no-go?
With the kid's mom, no.
Yeah.
And that's also a non-starter. There is no communication between us.
Okay, so that conversation would never happen. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And Elizabeth, tell me what you think about this Michael guy. How'd you meet him?
Online. He's pretty great.
Yeah?
Takes care of kind of everyone in his life, and funny, smart, responsible, cute.
I was going to say, is he handsome? All right, good.
Very.
What, very, very gross. What is it about him and these two little ones that makes you think, I want to get deeper into their world?
He's incredible, and from everything I've seen about the two girls, they're pretty incredible too. I really want a family, and I could see a really amazing, kind of joyful building life future there.
Okay. So here's kind of the global rules, if you will. There's not really rules, I guess, but the global recommended practices are whenever you get divorced, whenever you get separated, and this is different than if somebody passes away, wait at least a year, right? So you've done that. It creates some space between this and that. The second thing that I think is important for everybody to understand is sometimes these kids will feel like they are having to choose sides. And so there may be moments where, Elizabeth, if they're nice to you, they will feel like they're betraying their mom. Yeah. Even if their mom is totally supportive and wonderful and is like, no, she's a great, this daddy's new girlfriend, Elizabeth, is awesome. That we put these kids in this situation. So you're going to have to go into this knowing that the things that a 5-year-old and a 9-year-old say to me over the next 1 year, 2 years, 10 years are not going to be personal. It's going to be them working out which side am I on, which team am I on, who do I love. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then the big challenge I have to you two is this. Michael, tell me about Elizabeth. What makes Elizabeth worth getting back into this game that hurt you and your kids last time? I guess created your kids. There's that, but.
Well, I mean, I don't even know where to start. I mean, she's just amazing. She represents a lot of things that I feel like I never had in my life. A partner who is very level-headed, very focused, very supportive. The time we spent together, she is completely in sync with everything that we do. She works with me on pretty much anything that we want to do. I don't know. I feel supported. I feel like I'm with an actual partner, not someone that I have to carry along. She looks amazing.
Come on, Michael. People.
No, but seriously, I mean, I feel like most of my life I carry people along, and when I'm with someone that doesn't need to be carried and is willing to shoulder up with me, that's a pretty different feeling. I've never quite felt that way before.
So that's awesome. That's awesome. So the one hang up I have with all of this is the 5-month number. And the question y'all have to ask each other is this. We've known each other for 5 months. He's so cute. She looks amazing. She's a great partner. He is caring and all these things. Is there legs beyond 5 months? And I changed my mind. I won't ask y'all that publicly. Y'all can answer that on your own. Make sure you, and I'm talking to you, Michael, make sure you see some legs on this thing before you introduce her to your daughters. And I would start with, this is daddy's new friend, and go to, this is daddy's special friend. And that will take a period of weeks and a period of months. And Elizabeth, you're going to feel like you are being hedged at some point, or it's going to feel like, here's what it's going to feel like. It's going to feel like you're dating a guy and he won't introduce you to his friends like at the bar. He's like, hey, I want you just to sit over here. I'm going to go talk to my buddies. And you're going to be thinking, I want to go meet your friends. Why are you hiding me? It's going to feel like that a little bit. And you are going to have to be really level-headed and really, you're going to have to get your needs met somewhere else. Does that make sense?
Yep. And to be clear, when we're talking about this, it's pretty future looking. It's not like in the next month.
Yeah, I got you. But you're going to want to do things, because this is natural. I would, if I was you, I would want to do things that would assure that these girls love me. I want to help them with their hair. I want to help them with school. I want to talk to them about deep things. I want to go shopping with them. And there's going to be some really careful baby steps into this where they invite you into these conversations. So you're going to be creating a world where they feel safe enough to come to you. But when you force them into, hey, I want to talk about this, or tell me who you have a crush on, then bam, now you're forcing them, am I choosing her or my mom?
Yep.
Right? Does that make sense? And that's going to be hard, hard, and so frustrating. So frustrating. And then one day they'll come to you and be like, can you not going to believe this? This boy wants to kiss me, or I found somebody at school I'm in love with, whatever. You're going to talk about it. It's going to be deep, and you're going to go to bed, and you're going to tell Michael, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, they trust me. It's going to be so great. And the next morning, they're not going to talk to you because they're going to feel ashamed that they betrayed their mom, right? It's going to be this back and forth thing that happens. And Michael, they're going to want you to be happy because you sound like an amazing father. They're going to want you to be happy and lovely, and I can't believe dad is doing this. And who knows what mom's going to say, right? So it's just expecting that you're going to have a picture that this is all going to work out perfect. And it might, in a long game, it's just going to be hard. And maybe none of this happens. Maybe your daughters are amazing. They are just understanding, and they're like, Dad, you deserve to be happy. And mom's a little, whoa. And Like, we are really excited. And I've seen that before too. So it's being honest, and making sure, hey, we're in this for the long haul. And then a slow introduction. Not, hey, this is Dad's new girlfriend. She's moving in. Girls, y'all going to be bunking up, because like that would be traumatic.
Yeah.
Right. And y'all know that. Michael, so is Elizabeth it?
I'm sorry, could you say it again?
Is Elizabeth it? Well, I'm making it weird now. I'm so excited. Even Kelly looked up and she's like,
Liz is it.
Do what?
Liz is it.
Oh, gross. Liz is, hey, y'all get married here in the studio. That'd be so great. Let's figure that out. But yeah, hey, I'm fully in support of y'all having this conversation. For those listening, the broader conversation, you got to wait some time. You can't get a divorce and then start dating somebody a month later and introduce them to your kids as, hey, this is Daddy's boyfriend, or this is Daddy's girlfriend, or this is whatever. You can't do that. You got to give these kids some space, because it uproots everything in their life. The second thing is, by the way, not a new mommy either, Elizabeth. Not a new mommy. They've got a mom, right? And unless there's somebody passes, I mean, they don't have a mommy. Understand that kids may view friendship or connection, or like, I'm going to start calling you mom. They're going to have this betrayal feeling that's going to be deep. And, oh my gosh, wait until there's a level of commitment till I think this is serious. Because then the girls will feel a sense of trust and, okay, we're going to trust again. And then if y'all break up, man, now they're back into, well, we lost somebody else that we could lean into and trust, and now it's just us and Dad. And Dad sounds great, but man, that's hard on kids. Hard on kids. And I recognize moms and dads, that's not fair. None of this is fair. These are your kids. And they always come first. Their trauma comes first. Let me put it that way. I think we put our kids first on a lot of other things. But when it comes to relationships, their safety and their trauma, especially that they experience in divorce, comes first. Before your need to, let's go out to the club. Stop. Take care of your kids. We'll be right back on the Dr. John Delony Show. Y'all know there are lots of things that make me nuts, but one thing makes me more nuts than anything else: buying a home. And my friends who refinance their homes, they tell me it makes them nuts too. I love living in a new home, but I gotta be honest, I'm no good at buying one. And that's why I'm so thankful for people like my friends at Churchill Mortgage. Churchill is a Ramsey trusted provider who we've been sending people to for over 20 years to help with home mortgages. Why? Because they're committed to doing what's right for you. And that means walking you through paperwork that's way over your head. That means making sure you get the right mortgage that you can pay off as soon as possible, and they don't try to upsell you a bunch of nonsense that's gonna hurt you down the road. And most importantly, when you're making this big life change, you can actually breathe, because you got an expert and a team who have your back. Listen, if you're about to buy a home and make a big change, save yourself the headache and call Churchill Mortgage today at 888-LOAN-200. Trust me, that's 888-LOAN-200.
This is a paid advertisement. NMLS ID 1591. NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Equal Housing Lender. 1749 Mallory Lane, Suite 100. Brentwood, Tennessee 37027. Programs are for select loan types only and are not available in all states or locations.
All right, we are back. Let's go to Tim, also in Minnesota. What's up, Tim? How we doing, man?
Hey, Dr. John, how are you?
Good. What's going on, man?
Not too much, man. So I just was looking for some clarity here. I know you always say, don't lie to your kids. I was just wondering where...
Hold on. Just starting it with this makes this my favorite call of the year so far. So I know you say don't lie to my kids, but this is going to be good. So what is it?
So me and my wife are just wondering where we draw that line at as...
You're him-hawing, brother. Just get it. What'd you do?
We were both in a relationship when we met, and my oldest daughter was conceived.
Heyo, there it is. Were y'all married?
No.
Okay. So y'all were just dating other people, and then...
Yeah.
Some say love, and then all she wrote. And then your daughter was like, heyo. And so are y'all married now?
Yes, we are.
Okay. How are things?
They're good. They're good.
Have y'all cheated on each other since then?
I'm sorry?
Have y'all cheated on each other since then?
There has been some infidelity.
God almighty, quit! Y'all are a bunch of cheaters. Why?
That's a good question.
Oh, it wasn't you?
It's been both of us.
Oh, my God, quit
Opposite
cheating.
levels.
All right, what's your question?
Yeah.
That's a whole other call.
Oh, well, we just, what do we tell our daughter as far as, how we met and what happened there? I mean, how much is too much for her?
How old is she?
Right now she's 5, so we got some time.
No,
but,
I think you tell her everything today. I think you tell her that mom and dad are a bunch of cheaters. And no, don't tell her that. Good gosh. All right. Okay, big picture. Stop cheating. Both of you quit.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
Right? Quit.
Yep.
Quit. What have you done to make sure this never happens again? Like, what have you done?
What have I done?
Yes. In your life so that you never cheat again. Because this is your second relationship that you've done this in a row, and it's not your first either.
Yeah. Not cheated anymore?
No.
I
It doesn't start there. What have you done? Have you got rid of all the social media apps? You never going to go on lunches with a female coworker ever again? Like, what roadblocks have you put in front of yourself to keep this from happening again?
I mean, we haven't deleted all social media, but we have limited what we use. I don't particularly have any female coworkers.
Okay. All right. So here's the thing. Number one, y'all got to get in a room and figure this out because you'll be having this conversation in divorce court with your daughter, and it's going to be a mess. Don't do that to her. Okay.
Yep.
The second thing is this. The honesty rule, even though you asked that question so great, so good, man. So I know you say never lie. Yes, you still don't lie, but don't overshare to make yourself feel better.
Okay.
And a lot of parents have this sense of guilt. Hey, we had this kid out of wedlock, or we were both married to somebody else, then we hooked up and got pregnant. And now this kid. And it feels like I've got to atone for all my sins with this kid. I'm going to dump all my crap onto this child just so I can, don't do that to a kid. That's too much, right? That's this toxic oversharing world we live in now. So I think you're honest for a long, long time and you tell them what she wants to know when she asks questions. So for instance, what's your origin story? How'd you meet? She doesn't have to know y'all were dating other people. She just knows how you met. How'd y'all meet?
Through an online app.
Oh my gosh, that's so great. What was it? What was the app?
To be honest with you, I don't remember. It's been years now.
Oh, your other girlfriend, I bet she's so incredible. I bet she loves this. So yeah, you met on the internet, just like millions and millions of other couples have. And we went to, we went somewhere and then we had you. I think that's where you have that conversation. As your kid gets older, you can be more honest, but I really recommend answering questions only that your kid asks. There may come a day when your kid is 18 or 22 or 30 and y'all are out and you want to have a conversation. That's cool. But that's more about them getting to know their origin story and less about dad trying to make himself feel better or mom trying to make herself feel better. Probably what's going to happen is she's going to be in high school and somebody's going to cheat on her and she's going to be devastated by it. And she's going to say, you don't know what this is like. You don't know me. You don't know what's happening. And you're going to say, I got a story for you. And that's when you can connect empathetically with your daughter. You can say, like, hey, our stories are more similar than you think. But don't ever, ever, ever lie.
Okay.
My friend Rachel says, share, don't scare, right? The thing you don't want to communicate to your kid is, yeah, this could happen anytime again. Anytime. And by the way, we're still cheating. Even since you've been born, we're still cheating. We're just a couple of cheaters. Like, that's what's going to freak your kid out and give her she's going to not have a stable foundation to build her esteem off of, her support networks, her relationships off of, if she thinks at any moment one of these two are going to go again and create another family somewhere else. That's what you want to avoid, right?
Okay.
So have you had that conversation? Like, how does this go with you and your wife?
I'm not sure what you're asking.
When y'all discuss, like, what do we think we should do? I'm interested in y'all's answers.
We've always just said we met online. That's what we would say when the time comes.
That's 100% accurate, 100% fair.
Okay.
You don't have to tell them that mom and dad weren't great people. And Tim, quit cheating.
Understood.
You promise?
Promise.
In front of America?
In front of all 17 listeners.
There's 19 now, sucker. We picked up 2 over the holidays. It was awesome. So
big weekend.
Yeah, we had a big weekend. That's right. Why is she cheating on you?
I don't know.
Tim.
I think I was working more than she liked with having a new baby at home, and maybe it was just another source of attention.
Did you ever go to marriage counseling?
We haven't.
Okay. So I want y'all to make that a A1 priority, because I don't think it is. I think y'all are white-knuckling your way through it right now, and your need for attention or your inability to give each other care or to even say, here's what I need from you, and I can provide that or I can't provide. Y'all need to go learn some language and some tools.
Okay.
Your daughter's worth that. Y'all two are worth that. You, my brother, are worth that. And the answer you gave isn't the reason she would cheat. But I want y'all to get into a room and say, all right, we are actually in a good place right now. We're not on life support. We're not trying to deal with somebody else cheated, somebody else did something. Things are good. We want to cheat-proof this marriage. We want to create an environment where that never, ever, ever happens again. And let's start from square one. And if y'all do that, you can build something extraordinary and strong that will last forever.
Yes.
If you don't, you're going to be calling me back in a few months or a few years, and we're going to be having a whole different conversation. And I don't want that for you, and I don't want that for that sweet little girl.
Yes.
Is that cool?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Commit to that, brother. You're worth that. Your wife's worth that. And that beautiful, beautiful little girl's worth that, dude. Whew. Don't cheat and don't lie to your kids. We'll be right back on the Dr. John Delony Show. Hey, good folks and friends and listeners to the Dr. John Delony Show. The world is bonkers, right? We all know this. And one of the most common questions I get is, how do I find a counselor in the chaos? I've reached out and there's a 6-month waiting list, or I can't afford it, or they only take insurance, or I can't get off work in time to go see somebody and it's way across town. What do I do? Because I want help with my anxiety, my depression, my relationships are hanging on by a thread. I want to be a better mom. I got to process this trauma that happened to me when I was a kid. Where do I find a counselor? So I partnered with BetterHelp, because BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, even live chat sessions, so you don't even have to look at your therapist when you're talking to them if you don't want to. I've taken away all your excuses, and it's more affordable than in-person therapy. And these are real licensed therapists. If you reach out to them, you will be talking to somebody within 48 hours. Dr. John Delony Show listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/Delony. Please reach out if you need help. That's betterhelp.com/Delony. All right, we are back, Jack. Let's go to Lisa in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. What's up, Lisa?
Hey, how are you?
I'm so good. How are you?
Good. I have a little bit of drama to share with you.
Oh, sweet. Hey, the last caller was with somebody and his wife was with somebody, and then they hooked up and had a kid. So you got to beat that. Go.
Yeah, hopefully it's not as bad, but I don't know. So my boyfriend is 36 years old, and he still lives with a roommate, but his roommate is his ex. And I'm wondering, how do I move forward with him?
You may have just won. This is awesome. You may have just defeated the last caller, Lisa. So you are dating a guy who's 38. How long have you been together?
So we've only been together for 6 months.
And do you love him?
I do love him.
Gross. Okay, so you love him. And there's just one little hang up is he lives with his ex-girlfriend still.
Yeah.
Why? Why does he do that? Why are you putting up with that?
Well, okay, so they've been together, like, living together for years now, like 7 years, and they're friends. He says they're just friends. He thinks of her as just one of the guys.
That he can have sex with.
But she has a boyfriend.
Who cares? Oh my gosh. I want you to listen to the last call.
Uh-huh.
And then you can come back to and just put yourself right back into this call just now. There's 100% chance they're hooking up. 100.
Okay.
1,000% chance. And even if they weren't, the toxicity around this is so disturbing. And what's most disturbing to me is that you have settled for this. How old are you?
I'm 29.
Why? Why has this been where you think this is the best I can do?
I guess the problem is, I should tell you that I have borderline personality disorder.
Okay.
So, and I have PTSD. So I just feel like I can't trust my intuition anymore. I don't know, like, if they're hooking up, if they're not. Like, I'm constantly fighting myself on if they're not. I'm seeing a therapist.
Good. Good.
And she says that the roommate's just there.
You should find a new therapist, number one. Number two, this isn't about what they're doing, okay? I did that for some theater because we're on the radio. What matters here is you think that you're defective or broken. Borderline personality disorder is hard, right? You know that. You feel a lot, right? You feel deeper than most people, most of the time. And those feelings and emotions are powerful, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about your trauma.
It's sexual assault. So yeah. I'm gonna start to cry.
No, and here it's still really close to the surface for you, right?
Yeah. It was a boyfriend
who
did it to me. So
I'm so sorry. So sorry.
Okay.
Often when I hear the situation about the drama, you and life circumstances, and by the way, that kind of trauma changes your brain. It changes your shame cycle. It changes how you see yourself and your self-worth and your value. You and I have never met, and if you would hear, I wouldn't say anything for the next 5 minutes. I would ask your permission if I could just give you a hug. And if you said yes, I would hug you for 5 minutes without saying a word. Because I don't know if you can remember a time when somebody was with you without wanting something from you, without wanting sex, without wanting connection, without needing you to go do a thing for me, that someone was just with you because of you. Do you remember that last time? It's probably been a while, right?
It's been like 7 years.
There you go. And I want you to know that you're worth just being with. And that trauma's real close to the top. And my guess is, if you were honest, and you and I talked for a while, there's probably some even more trauma back from when you were younger. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to heal from that trauma before you get into another dating relationship, because you're going to find yourself dating some guy that still lives with his ex-girlfriend and says, nah, dude, everything's cool. And you're going to make yourself bananas because you know it's not right. Not that it's not right in the moral sense. It's not right from a value sense. You're worth more than that. And you know that he doesn't look at you directly, and he'll say all the right things because, man, he's got a great gig going. But it's not about that. It's about you.
Yeah.
And if you have a therapist that says, no, that's cool, man, just keep loving him, dude, I got a real problem with that, because that's about value.
Yeah. That's true. And when I tried to talk to him about, like, I was accusing him of, that's something that we do with BPD sometimes. Like, we'll be so afraid of being alone, and, like, we'll start these fights. And then, like, I accuse him of, like, sleeping with her, even if it wasn't right. And then he got so mad that he broke his hand on the bar. Well, he had a bar in his basement, and he just broke his hand over it. And I just felt like that was kind of an overreaction.
You're correct. You're correct. Anytime
Yeah.
somebody punches something because they're so mad means they're acting like a child. My child does that because they're a child. Adults don't do that. Adults have self-control and they have discipline and they know when to walk away. They don't punch holes in stuff. They don't break their hands on walls. And so all of this stemming from somebody who's not safe in their own body, and they're looking for somebody else to help them be safe. In that desperation, I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be alone. And my feelings are going. Man, that chaos. Borderline is hard. Borderline is hard. But there is healing from it. It does take a while, but there's healing. But you got to really, really put in the work. Right?
Yeah.
Are you worth it?
I'm worth it. I guess I should just be alone right now. And
here's the thing. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm going to tell you you're worth more than dating a guy who lives with his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
More than that, you're worth dating a guy that you don't think is cheating on you all the time. Even if he's not. Dude may be incredible. Dude may be stuck in a lease and whatever. Probably not. But he may be incredible. And it's making you insane because of the living arrangements.
Yeah.
And if he won't move, then he's saying, I like my living arrangements more than your well-being. And he's allowed to do that. But you need to hear that for what it is and exit building left.
He talked about, like, maybe we can rent a house together instead, but he still wants to keep her as a tenant. And I just feel like that's equivalent of him saying, like, I still want to keep her. I want to keep her somehow.
I mean, it doesn't sound right. Who do you have in your life besides him that you can sit down and talk about this?
I've talked about this with my mom.
Not your mom, because there's going to be some other stuff there with that, and you know that, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Basically my best friend.
Who is that?
She's getting married soon. Her name is Adrienne.
Do you feel a sense of loss that she's getting married?
A little bit.
Yeah. So in that, you're going to mourn that because she's going to be signing up to have somebody else as her number one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's good,
Yeah.
but that's going to be hard for you. And that may send off your BPD alarms, right?
Mm-hmm.
Continue to love her through that, okay? And that's going to be hard. I know it's going to be hard. And find a counselor that you can work with and say, here's what I've been told I have diagnostically, and I want to heal from this. And whether it's DBT, there's some really good stuff out there that you can get involved with that can help with borderline. It does take a while, but you can help. More importantly, I want you to heal from your trauma, okay? I want you to get with a good trauma counselor in your area and say, I want to heal from the sexual assault. Not that the sexual assault's ever going to go away, but you will get to a place in healing where your body won't respond to every connection moment as though we're about to be re-traumatized. It can learn to love again and be still. You can feel safe in your own body.
Okay. That'd be really nice.
Right, wouldn't it? You know what you'll be able to do? It's so great. You can just go home from wherever you are and just lay down and you just go to sleep. Can you imagine that?
That would be really nice.
And you have no interest, you don't have to smoke weed just to get through a day. You don't have to have 18 milligrams, 180 milligrams of caffeine just to get out of bed in the morning. Like it's a peaceful, and you need to hear me say, Lisa, you're worth that healing. This guy might be it for you. It might be. But right now, that guy's a major trigger for you.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fan of anybody dating anybody seriously who still lives with his ex-girlfriend. That's a maturity issue. That's a priorities issue. Ugh, you're worth more than that, Lisa. I'm not telling you go break up. I'm just telling you, whoa. And therapists who are listening to this show, for God's sake, I know the cool thing is to be like, whatever you feel is best for you. Stop. At some point, follow what Terry Real said. For some point, therapist, you got to get involved. And you have to say, you're worth more than that. I think you are devaluing yourself through this relationship or by putting up with this type of gaslighting or abuse or whatever the thing is. Have some courage, therapist, to say, that's not a good idea. I know that's not the cool thing, and you just got to do your own thing and find out for you. At some point, you got to take sides. You got to help out. Be a therapist who cares enough to say, that's not smart. That's not serving you well. Every time you come in here, you sound more hurt than the last time you were here. And all of the hurt seems to be directed at this one person. Is this wise? Please, please get involved. All right, let's wrap up today's show. Let's go to the lyrics for the day. I have not listened to these lyrics. I don't know this song. But again, my friend, Armando, sent me this song and said, this is for your show. So Armando, here we go, my brother. The song, it's by Moby. You love Moby, huh, James?
I don't love Moby, but this song is at the end credits of all the Bourne movies. And so with as much drama as this show has had, it kind of fits.
It actually does. And dude, you're like a get off the grid guy. Like Bourne's kind of awesome. Bourne is like the poster child for, that's so cool. Man. All right, so the song's by Moby. I like that. What was that one record Moby did? The original
Play.
one. I liked that record. And I know it's not cool to say, but I thought it was a great record. I haven't listened to a single thing since, but maybe I'll give Moby a shot. I'll go out to the used CD store and get a bunch of Moby records. All right, so it's called Extreme Ways off the Bourne soundtrack, and it goes like this. Extreme ways are back again. Extreme places I don't know. I broke everything new again. Everything that I'd owned. I threw it out the windows, came along. Extreme ways I know will part. The colors of my sea, perfect colored me. Extreme ways that help me. They help me out late at night. Extreme places I'd gone that never see any light. Dirty basements, dirty noise, dirty places coming through. Extreme worlds alone. If you ever like it then, I have no idea what the song is about, but it sounds just like this show. We'll see you soon. Take care.